boss or a leader? I feel like when I hear the word boss, it just reminds me of like a reporting relationship. Like people talk about, my boss said blah, blah, blah. They don't mean like someone way up in the organization. They mean like their direct manager when they say boss. I don't like that word. I feel sensitive to that word. Even like I got this sweatshirt that was a Hugo Boss, sweatshirt. And so it said boss across the front of it. And it was like a NBA kind of sweatshirt. So I wanted to wear it to games. And I came into the office once wearing this shirt and everybody was like, oh, I see what you did there. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. They thought I was wearing it like I'm the boss here. So I don't know. It has like a negative, I shy away from that word, I think, because when people say that like they're being bossed around, that's not a positive thing, right? There's a negative connotation there. So I don't know. For me, boss just means like the reporting relationship, because you can have a good boss, you can have a bad boss. I have this cup that someone gave me early on that was like the Dunder Mifflin World's Best Boss cup or best boss ever. And so you can be a good boss or you can be a bad boss, but a boss is just the actual like structure. And then when I think of leader, I think of that's something I aspire to be. I want to be a good leader. You can only be a leader if you've got people following you and listening to you. I think we talked about before thought leadership, and general leadership is the same across the business. If you are being a leader, if you're acting like a leader, then people can call you a leader. That's what you're doing. I've got this print etched into the glass on my office though that says fearless leader, which makes me cringe. And Ariana did it when they were setting up the office and they thought it was cute, but I walk in there and I don't want the label of being a leader, because I think you can be a boss because you can have direct reports. You have a title that someone reports to you. So you're technically a boss. I don't think you can technically be a leader. I think leadership is something you develop. It's something you aspire to. It's something you earn, but it's not a label that is permanent. At the beginning of a business, you don't have so much structure. It's more about, can you inspire and motivate the people around you to want to show up and deal with the chaos and to figure things out on a daily basis. And if you're not a good leader and you're not someone that they want to work with, then they won't stick around for long. So I think you need to focus on being a leader earlier on, and then you develop the boss kind of structure as you build teams around you. So when we first started Trainual, everyone reported to me up to 12 people, but I didn't even really consider them all my direct reports. It wasn't until we started adding other managers that I was thinking more about like, these people report to me and these people don't. Because up until that point, everyone just reported to me. And so I think at the beginning, the early days, it's more about leadership. Then in the middle is when you're adding that structure, when you're creating the reporting structure. And then the bigger the organization gets, you're still someone's boss. There's still people that report to you, but you have to focus more on being a good leader for the whole business, casting vision for the whole business, communicating for the whole business. And so I think you can be a leader of the business. You can be a leader in your industry. You can be a leader for a much larger group, but you're only a boss to the people that directly report to you. And I think of the people that directly report to me more as like my clients. I think I've talked about this before, but when I was consulting and I used to have like 7 or 8 clients at a given time, I felt like I was an advisor to them, where I would show up, I would listen to them, I would like field their issues and problems and help them work through those. And I think that's what being a great boss is all about. It's being more like a consultant or an advisor to the people that report to you, not telling them what to do. And so again, that's where I go back to boss being like a word that I don't love unless it's on the sweatshirt. You don't want to micromanage people, tell them what to do, give them all the direction. You want to be consultative. You want to be helpful. You want to listen. And if you do all those things, I think people would say that you're a good boss.